Hey guys, it's Star the Flippin' Hippo. Thank you for joining us on our YouTube channel at Flippin' Hippos. Today we're going to talk about best offers on your eBay listings. So there seems to be two camps with resellers when it comes to best offers. And I really haven't seen a middle ground. Either people really don't like them and don't use them, or really do like them and use them. And a lot of people use them even though they don't like them because of the benefits. Having best offers on your items does increase your visibility in the search rankings. It does make your items be seen by more buyers. And a lot of times buyers are more willing to buy something if they can get it for cheaper. It goes back to that mentality of buyers getting something for free or getting something over on the person they're buying from. And it's a subliminal thing. If they think they can get it for cheaper or get a deal, even if it's only a couple bucks, people like that. They enjoy that. So we have best offers on all of our items just because we enjoy having the increased visibility in the search engine. We do price kind of on the high end to offset that. Nothing like we don't price our stuff ridiculously high. So if I comp an item and I see that most people sell it for 18, some people sell it for 20, and then you've got some people that sell it for 14, I'm probably going to go to the 20 and throw best offer on. But you have to be careful that you don't price too high if you're going to offer best offer, because pricing it too high is going to have the opposite effect of what you want when you add the best offer. If they sort their search by price, like lowest first, and you're too high, you're going to be so far down on the list they may never get to you. It could be a turn off. Some people are going to be afraid to offer a best offer on your item that costs 40 when someone else is selling it for 30. So you want to be careful and not like really overprice to cover yourself for the best offer. It is a turn off to a lot of buyers, or it's intimidating. Just like a couple bucks is okay. It'll give you some wiggle room. And if you're comping more towards the middle or the higher, you also will give yourself more wiggle room instead of that race to the bottom. So here's how we handle best offers. Again, like I've said before in the past with many other things, you have to do what is best for you and your business. You have to do what you're comfortable with doing and what works for you and makes your store a success and makes you money. Because at the end of the day, none of us are doing this for free. Many of us enjoy it. Reselling is one of the best jobs I have ever had. I absolutely love it. But I'm not doing it for free, and neither are you. And we all have to pay our bills, and we all have to eat, and we all have to have more money to go sourcing with. So if you turned best offers on in the past and experimented with it, or you do it now and you experiment with it, and it's detrimental to your bottom line, then you wouldn't use them. I suggest using them because for us it has been successful. We have run best offers on all of our items from day one. So a lot of people talk about the Lowballs and how annoying they are. They're not really that annoying, and they're not really that time consuming, really. It takes literal seconds to counter offer. So there's, I personally don't understand that mindset of resellers who think that they don't have time to deal with best offers, or that the Lowballs are going to frustrate them too much to deal with it. It takes seconds, and a lot of times the lowball offers are just to fill you out. They're just trying to see how low you'll go. And then sometimes they're seriously really want something for $2 or $5 or some ridiculous amount. But when you counter, they go away. They'll decline it, or they'll just go away, and in 48 hours it'll fall off at the deadline. But yeah, a lot of times they're just trying to fill you out. They're trying to see how low you're gonna go. There are people who really want something for nothing, And like I said, those people are going to go away. So here's how we deal with best offers. As a general rule, we counter everything with 10% off. Generally. There's a few exceptions, which I'll talk about in a moment. So no matter what their offer is, whether they are crazy and offer me $1 or $10 or $15, I go back with 10% off, and so does Keith. And we send a message. I would absolutely 100% recommend always sending a message with your counter. I think it makes you seem more personable. It makes them feel like they're actually dealing with a person, and maybe they're important and they're getting attention. I'm not wording that quite right. And it's just a good idea. So I always counter with 10% off and a message that just says, thank you for your interest in this item. And then we can go from there. If I can tell that they're not willing to come up enough, if it is someone that truly wants something for nothing, oftentimes after a couple backs and forths, I will decline them. Or I really don't like to decline. So I kind of save that for someone who's coming up, like maybe, we had someone before that was coming up a quarter each counter, and they were just never going to get anywhere near what we wanted, and they were sending messages like, yeah, it's not worth it, whatever. That kind of a person I just decline. But typically, if I can see that they're not inching, I will just go back with my lowest that I'll go and say, look, this item is already on sale. We offer free shipping. This is the lowest we can go. And if they counter with anything else, I send that same offer back. I don't do the message a second time. But say I say $13.50, and this is the lowest we can go. We offer free shipping, and this is already on sale. And they come back with 8 or 9 or whatever they come back with, I would send $13.50 again. That usually gets the point through to them that this is the lowest you're going to go. You are holding your ground. You are not coming down anymore. And they will either buy it or go away. And like I said, I try not to decline. I've heard Cassini will punish you for declining a best offer. Personally, I just don't like to. I feel like you're eliminating the possibility of a sale, and if you decline it, it goes away. Now here's the thing. If you go back with your lowest and your message and your lowest again, and they don't want it and they don't decline it, that offer will sit on your item for 48 hours, and it makes your item look appealing. So if it had watchers or anyone new is searching for that item and they find it and they see that it has an open offer on it, it creates urgency. It makes your item appealing, and someone else may swoop in and buy it at full price because now they see there's this offer on it and they're afraid they're going to lose their opportunity to buy it. And this happens all the time. All the time. I would say at least half of the time we have a best offer that was ignored or the buyer didn't respond to, obviously because they don't want it. Someone else will swoop in and buy it at full price. It works like a charm. I mean, I'm telling you, at least 50% of the time, someone else will swoop in and buy it. So that is another reason why I don't like to decline. I like to have that open offer on my item to make it look more desirable, and then also you have that opportunity of someone else swooping in and buying it because now there's this urgency that they may not get it. Would that person have bought it were there not an offer on it? I don't know. But it increases the chances that someone else is going to see it and say, I wanted that. No one else is getting it, and they'll buy it. So, like I said, generally speaking, we always counter the first offer with a thank you for your interest in this item and 10% off, and then we go accordingly from there. It depends on what the cost of goods was. How is it going to ship? Is it a padded flat? Is it free shipping? Is this an item we charge shipping on? A lot of factors come into play on how low we are willing to go. How long has it been sitting in the store? Is it stale inventory? Are the pictures good? Or is this something from the beginning when the pictures were horrible? Is this something we just want to get rid of? Is this something new that we just put in the store and we really feel strongly that we want our price for it? There's all kinds of factors that come into play to determine how low you're willing to go. And you just have to figure that out in your own head, case by case. Each item is different. And you can barter back and forth, or you can send, this number and this is the lowest I'm going to go, and see what happens. I did say there are a few exceptions to our countering with the 10% off rule, and that's if their offer is close enough to what I wanted and it's only off by like some cents or $1. I'm not going to argue about $1. I'm really not. So if I have something listed for 20 and they offer me 18, I'm not going to try to get 19. I'm going to take the 18. If they offer me $19.50, I'll take the $19.50. So generally, if an offer is close enough to what I wanted, or the difference is like $1 or $2, I'll just accept it. And then the other thing is if their offer is close enough that in the middle would be like 10% off or just under 10% off, then I can counter with a meet us in the middle, and people seem to like that. So for instance, let's say I have that same $20 item and they offer me 15. Well, instead of me going back with 17 and thank you for your interest in this item, 18 is 10% off. So instead of me going back with the $18 and thank you for your interest in this item, I figure out the difference is $2.50, so I would go back with $17.50. That's 50 cents less than 10% off, but I would go back with $17.50 and say thank you for your interest in this item, meet us in the middle, ? And that, like 8 times out of 10 will work. Probably more like 9 times out of 10. Typically speaking, when I counter their first offer with something reasonable that is in the middle and I ask them to meet us in the middle, they like that. Buyers seem to like that. It feels like you're compromising. It feels like you're coming down in price, but you're asking them to come up a little bit. And you guys are going to make this great deal where you meet in the middle and you compromise. And people really like that. That works like a charm for as well. That works really well for us. So that's how we handle best offers. We generally counter with 10% off and go as low as we can and let them know that this is it. Take it or leave it. And we'll accept them if they're close enough to what we wanted. And then sometimes we'll go back with the whole meet in the middle. And it works. I mean, even the ones that decline it and go away, well, you didn't want to sell it for that cheap anyway. But now the item has had activity as well. So even if they decline it and go away, now your item has had activity, so it might be pushed up in the search engine a little bit. Cassini sees every offer, every interaction as action on that item, which makes it a more desirable item, which will raise it in the search engine. So just by having the best offers on and having people sending you offers on your items, you're increasing the chances of that item being seen by other people. So even if that low baller isn't going to come up to where you want, they just did you a favor. They created activity on an item, makes it more desirable, and pushes it up in the search engine. And if they don't decline it and they leave that open offer there and walk away, it's going to sit there for 48 hours, and now someone else may swoop in and buy it because they're afraid they're going to lose out. So I really recommend using best offers. They're great for a lot of reasons. They can create more sales. They can create more desirability. They can get you higher search engine rankings. And oftentimes most people are just feeling you out. They're just trying to see what kind of a discount they get. Because like I said, at the end of the day, everybody wants to feel like they got something for a little bit less. They got a couple bucks off. They want the win. And you give them the win with something reasonable that you feel is an okay price to accept, and everybody's a winner. So you got to do what's best for you, but I find that best offers are best for us, and that is how we handle them, and that is why we have them on. If you liked this video, please do me a favor and smash that like button down below. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to our channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We are at Flippin Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good night.